Friday, September 5th, closes out the week in Salem with explosive tension where family ties, hidden feelings, and dangerous lies all collide. What should have been a simple celebration quickly spirals into emotional conflict as Jack and Jennifer return for JJ's birthday, only to find Gwen pulling the family back into turmoil. Across town, Chad grows more troubled by Kat, his protectiveness hinting at deeper emotions he may not be ready to admit. Sophia spins yet another lie, but this time she faces a wall of betrayal as Tate finally catches on. And in the background, Brady and Steve form a powerful alliance that could shatter Salem's most guarded secrets. Family reunions in Salem often look joyful on the surface, but underneath, they are landmines waiting to explode. On Friday, Jack and Jennifer's return for JJ's birthday should be a bright spot in the week. The Horton home is filled with balloons, laughter, and the comforting sense of tradition that Salemites cling to in dark times. Yet amid the smiles, tension simmers, and all eyes drift toward Gwen, the outsider who never truly feels welcome. For Jack, the celebration feels like an opportunity. He wants desperately to use the moment as a bridge, a chance to heal years of fractures with his daughter. He approaches Gwen with soft words and hopeful eyes, trying to remind her that family ties matter. But Gwen, true to form, meets him with suspicion. Every gesture she reads as pity, every smile as condescension. Her bitterness sharpens her tongue, turning even casual remarks into barbs that cut deeply. Jennifer tries to step in, smoothing rough edges with warmth and reason, but her efforts only highlight the divide. Jack's longing collides with Gwen's deep-seated resentment, and the mood in the room shifts from celebration to confrontation. For Gwen, the party reinforces her belief that she will never be embraced. For Jack, the rejection is heartbreaking, a father watching hope slip through his fingers. By the end of the day, fans will feel the ache of a family pulled in two directions. The question lingers: will Jack ever break through Gwen's walls, or is this relationship doomed to remain fractured, no matter how much love he offers? Across Salem, another emotionally charged storyline unfolds, this time between Chad DiMera and Kat Green. At first glance, Chad's watchfulness toward Kat looks like ordinary concern, a friend worried about another's safety. But Friday's episode peels back the surface and exposes something far more complex. Kat's entanglement in ongoing investigations has put her in the crosshairs of danger, and Chad senses it. He hovers close, asking probing questions, checking in too often. His protectiveness grows restless, bordering on possessive, and the subtle tension between them becomes impossible to ignore. Their conversations are charged, filled with pauses that feel heavier than words, glances that linger just a fraction too long. For Chad, the emotions stirring inside him are complicated. He carries scars from love and loss, and those memories make him cautious. Opening his heart again feels like walking into a fire he isn't sure he can survive. And yet, he can't stop himself. His instincts keep pulling him closer to Kat, even when logic tells him to stay away. Kat, always strong and fiercely independent, notices the shift. She senses the intensity behind Chad's concern, even if he won't admit it outright. On one hand, his protectiveness feels comforting, on the other, it unnerves her, raising questions she isn't ready to confront. Friday's episode blurs the lines between friendship and something deeper. Is Chad offering support as a trusted ally, or is his heart already steering him down a path neither of them planned? By the time the credits roll, fans will be left holding their breath, wondering whether Salem's next great romance has just been born, or if Chad and Kat are on the verge of a heartbreak that will change them both. Friday marks the moment Sophia Choi's lies finally begin to collapse around her. For weeks, she has twisted stories, shifted details, and leaned on her charm to shield the truth. But Salem has a way of forcing secrets into the light, and this time, it's Tate who sees through her. The scene is explosive because of its intimacy. Tate has been patient, sometimes even naive, giving Sophia the benefit of the doubt. But his patience reaches its breaking point when her contradictions finally line up too neatly to ignore. A single slip, a too fast answer, or a detail that doesn't match, suddenly it all comes together. He realizes she has been deceiving him, not once, but over and over. Viewers will feel the shift as Tate's expression changes from confusion to disbelief, then hardens into betrayal. He demands answers, his tone sharper than Sophia has ever heard from him. For Sophia, the walls close in fast. Panic takes over as she scrambles, her voice rising, excuses tumbling out that sound weaker with each breath. She pleads, insists, tries to twist the narrative, but this time, Tate isn't buying it. The fragile connection between them teeters on collapse. What once looked like youthful romance now feels like a dangerous entanglement, one built on manipulation. The confrontation leaves fans asking, will Tate cut her off entirely, protecting himself from further heartbreak? Or will his lingering affection keep him tethered to her, even as trust shatters? Sophia's desperation is dangerous. The more she clings to her lies, the more reckless she may become. Friday sets the stage for an inevitable explosion, one that could leave her completely isolated when the truth finally detonates. As Sophia unravels, Brady Black refuses to stand still. His instincts, honed by years of deception from those closest to him, tell him that the baby story is rotten at its core. On Friday, he makes it clear he won't stop until he uncovers the truth. To do it, he leans on a trusted ally, Steve Johnson. Together, they form a powerhouse of determination. Brady brings the fire of a father unwilling to let his son be manipulated. Every step he takes is fueled by love for Tate and fury at the thought of someone using lies to harm his family. Steve brings steadiness and strategy. He's seen every kind of scheme Salem has to offer, and he knows how to follow the crumbs Sophia has been scattering. The scenes highlight their synergy. Brady pushes hard, demanding answers, while Steve calms the storm, guiding the investigation with experience and patience. Each lead they chase pulls them deeper, stripping away the false fronts Sophia has tried so desperately to maintain. Friday's episode teases momentum, a shift from suspicion into tangible evidence. Their alliance promises breakthroughs that could prove once and for all whether Sophia's baby story was fabricated. But the danger is clear, too. With every truth uncovered, the fallout grows more explosive. Salem fans know that revelations rarely end cleanly. They shatter relationships, divide families, and sometimes even cost lives. By the end of the day, viewers will be left on the edge of their seats. It's no longer a question of if Brady and Steve will find the truth, but what destruction will follow once they do. Salem is bracing for a storm, and Sophia may be the first to be swept away. Friday, September 5th, ends the week not with calm, but with chaos that sets the stage for what's to come. Jack and Jennifer's return should have been a celebration, but Jack's failed attempt to reconcile with Gwen only deepens their family divide. Chad's protectiveness toward Kat stirs feelings he may not be ready to face, hinting at a romance shadowed by danger. Sophia's crumbling web of lies finally meets its breaking point as Tate sees through her deception, leaving her scrambling and desperate. And in the background, Brady and Steve's investigation picks up speed, pulling them closer to the truth that Sophia fears most. As Salem closes the week, the questions grow louder. Can broken families be healed? Can hidden feelings survive the light of day? And when the truth finally explodes, who will be left standing, and who will be destroyed?